Last month, you defeated independent wrestler extraordinaire Daniel Makabe.
Oh boy.
You've defeated wrestlers. You've defeated wrestling fans, wrestling journalists, wrestling podcasters. No matter who I line up, you keep knocking them down. So let's meet your opponent for this month.
My name is Chad Olson, and I challenge Jon Boucher to a round of Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia.
Chad Olson, someone I've talked about more than once on this podcast, but to refresh John's memory as well as our listeners, Chad, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm honored to be here. I've been an avid listener of this podcast from the start and enjoy reading all your books, Al, and appreciate all your great research. I grew up a wrestling fan in northern Iowa in the early to mid 80s, which means I would watch the AWA as my home territory with my grandpa and my great grandpa after church. Once the WWF expanded, I started seeing other promotions. I got into wrestling magazines and learned about other areas. And currently I am an event coordinator for the Tragos Thesz Hall of Fame in Waterloo, Iowa. We have our big Hall of Fame weekend coming up July 18th through 20th in Waterloo, Iowa. We're really excited this year. We have Tito Santana, Demolition, Tony Schiavone, Arn Anderson, of course, mainstays like the great Jerry Briscoe, Joe Malenko are attending. So it's going to be a great weekend, and it's our big 25th anniversary weekend. I'm also involved with the Legends of Wrestling card game by Filsinger Games. I started playing that very early on when it was released, when it was the Champions of the Galaxy game in 1986, and have helped staff the cards as it pivoted to the Legends of Wrestling game since about 2002.
John, Chad is a lifelong wrestling fan, having watched it with his grandpa when he was a kid. He's involved, he's an event coordinator for the Tragos Thesz Hall of Fame, and he's involved with the Legends of Wrestling card game.
Yep.
What are your thoughts now?
As always, I am extremely worried. Just generally, not about the game, just generally.
Just in life,
but especially about this, this competition you've set up for me today. Whew.
All right, before we begin, let's go over the rules for Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia. Both Chad and John will have 20 seconds to answer each question. I will ask Chad all 4 questions first, while John is in his isolation chamber. Wink, wink. Chad can ask for a hint for one of the first 3 questions. He must ask for the hint at the time the question is asked, and the 20-second clock will be stopped while the hint is given. Chad cannot ask for a hint for the 4th question. However, if Chad asks for a hint, John will automatically be given the same hint for the same question and be given a hint for the 4th question. The correct answer to each question is what's written on the actual game card, and the game was released in 1987. If both Chad and John answer the same number of questions correctly, there will be a bonus question for a tiebreaker. John, will you please step into the isolation chamber and put on your noise-canceling headphones?
I can't hear you. I've got my noise-canceling headphones on.
Chad, John is safely sequestered in the isolation chamber. Are you ready to play Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia?
I am.
Okay, question number 1. Where was Ali Bey from?
I will say, I have no idea. I'll say India.
That is incorrect. The correct answer, Turkey. Question number 2.
Geography has never been my strong point. That's why I read your books, Al.
Well, there you go. I learned so much about geography from the crawl on TBS when they would would run over all the towns, Altoona, Pennsylvania, and places like that.
Yep.
So question number 2. What match involves both wrestlers strapped to a rope with a cowbell in the middle?
That is a bull rope match.
Do
I have to say
correct?
Okay.
That is technically correct.
Okay, I didn't know if I had to say the geography with that, a Texas bull rope.
Well, since you said it without me prompting, that's fine. But I would have accepted bull rope match. But the answer is written on the card as Texas bull rope match. Really, the bull rope was the main thing, so I'm okay with accepting that. Question number 3. You're 1 for 2. Question number 3. Who was Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine's most hated wrestler in 1981?
1981. May I have a hint, please?
10 seconds. Okay, you've used your hint, so the clock will stop at 10 seconds. Your hint. He was also one of McDonald's two most hated wrestlers in 1984.
That would be Mr. Ken Patera.
That is correct. All right, you are 2 for 3 with one question to go. Let's see if you can end on a hot streak. So question number 4, true or false? Haystacks Calhoun, once in Tampa, Florida, sailed through a loose top ring rope to land in the laps of 3 spectators.
I will say true.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
That is false.
Did it happen anywhere?
I don't know. I mean, whether it happened or whether it was more than 3 spectators or you know, I don't know. But according to this game card, that is false as it's written. So,
okay.
All right. So, Chad, you have gotten 2 out of 4 questions correct. Let us signal for John to come out of the isolation chamber and take his turn. John, welcome back. Chad correctly answered 2 out of 4 questions.
Okay.
He used a hint for question number 3, so you will get a hint for that question as well as for question number 4. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Question number 1. Where was Ali Bey from?
Hmm.
10 seconds.
India.
That is incorrect. The answer is Turkey.
Turkey.
That's exactly what Chad guessed as well, by the way, India.
Ah.
Question number 2. What match involves both wrestlers strapped to a rope with a cowbell in the middle? Ten seconds.
Cowbell match?
That is incorrect.
What are we
The
calling
answer is a Texas bull rope match. I would have
Texas
accepted a
bull
bull
rope
rope match.
Oh, God. Wow. This is wow. Huh.
All right, John, you're going to need to get the next 2
Cowbell
questions
match.
right
I was
to
like,
tie and have a
Okay.
chance of winning with a tiebreaker.
Wow.
Remember, you'll get a hint for both these questions. I will give the hint immediately after asking the question. Question number 3. Who was Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine's most hated wrestler in 1981? And your hint, he was also one of McDonald's 2 most hated wrestlers in 1984. Ten seconds.
Hmm.
5 seconds.
Hmm.
I need an answer.
Yeah, no, I'm tapping out. I'm done.
All right. The answer was Ken Patera.
Ken Patel. Oh, I got your hint now.
John,
Dethroned.
you have been dethroned
Ah,
at Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia, but let's go
Yeah.
ahead and see if you can save it with getting question number 4 correct.
get my foot on the rope for a disputed
Whew.
finish.
Question number 4. True or false? Haystacks Calhoun, once in Tampa, Florida, sailed through a loose top ring rope to land in the laps of 3 spectators. And your hint? Physics, man.
And I'm gonna go. It's got to be false.
That is correct.
That is correct.
A little bit of salvation at the end, but John,
Yeah.
you have been dethroned.
Yeah. I get to rest my back now.
Oh,
with
and a
Bruno.
shocking upset. Chad Olson of the
Yeah.
Tragos Thesz Hall of Fame
That's no
has
upset.
defeated you. I'm kind of surprised. I thought you would have this one.
Yeah, no,
knowing what
I'm
Chad-
surprised too. It's it's funny. Like each one of those, as soon as I heard the answer, I knew that I knew that I knew it. As soon as I heard the answer, I knew that I knew it.
All right. So you worked yourself into a shoot, and the work becomes a shoot, brother.
Brother, yeah.
All right. Well,
jabroni.
congratulations to Chad Olson. I also recorded a little bit with Chad that I will play back now. We're another sort of plug for the 2024 Tragos Thesz Hall of Fame induction weekend to be held this July in Waterloo.
So we're really excited about this year's Tragos Says Hall of Fame. We're excited to have you there, Al. You're receiving our Jim Melby Award for wrestling history, and a very deserving candidate. And I'm very excited you'll be there. And John, I'm also excited. Rumor has it you'll be in attendance as well. We're also honoring Tony Schiavone with the Gordon Solie Broadcasting Award. We've just recently announced that Tony Gurria is receiving the Jack Briscoe Spotlight Award, and Arn Anderson is receiving the Frank Gotch Award. In addition, we'll have a lot of other stars there for the Hall of Fame weekend. Demolition, Thunderbolt Patterson, Don Fry, who's receiving the George Tragos Award for excellence in MMA, Les Thatcher, Bill DeMott, Nikita Koloff. There's going to be just tons of people there. It's a very fan-friendly atmosphere. You really rub elbows with people. I've been to the CAC many a times, and they're good partners with us. I would say it's even more accessible than CAC, only because you're in Waterloo, Iowa. You're not in Las Vegas. There's fewer places to go, but you get to hang out with the stars. And like I said, come check us out. We're really excited. It's our 25th year. If you're interested in tickets, you can go to bit.ly/2024 TNT Hall of Fame tickets.
All right. Well, a shocking turn of events.
Yeah, you can hear a pin drop. It's
Wraps things up for this month. Man,
Yeah.
I'm flustered. I thought, I had you carrying this all the way through the end of the year, man. Now I don't know. Now as Booker, I don't know what to do.
Plans change.
This is like when I feel like Sam Mushnick when Dory called him and said, I hurt my shoulder. I can't work no more.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.